Dark Case Files, Real Crime, Real Story. Imogene living alone in Mexico City in the early 2000s. You're elderly, trusting, and careful. A knock at your door. A woman stands there, seemingly kind, gentle, harmless. She asked for help, for a chat, maybe even a small favor. You let her inside. And that's the last time you see life the way it was. Juana Barraza, later known as La Mataviejitas, the old lady killer, preyed on vulnerable women across the city. She moved quietly, blending into society, leaving terror in her wake. For months, fear gripped neighborhoods, families locked doors, and the police were powerless. When she was finally caught, the truth was far darker than anyone imagined. Juana Barraza's life began in hardship, neglect, and abandonment. Born in Mexico in the 1950s, she never knew the care or protection that a child deserves. Her mother abandoned her, leaving her in the care of relatives who struggled to provide stability. Hunger, fear, and violence were constants. Small, fragile in appearance, Juana was sharp, observant, and learned quickly that the world was cruel and survival demanded cunning. Trust was a luxury she could not afford. By adolescence, she had mastered observation, manipulation, and the subtle art of control, skills that would later make her one of the most terrifying female serial killers in modern history. Her formative years were marked by trauma. Witnessing abuse and neglect created a simmering resentment toward society, authority, and those she perceived as vulnerable. In a world where compassion was rare, she developed a mindset focused on survival, control, and observation. Every interaction became a test. Who could be persuaded, who intimidated, and who ignored? These early lessons would later allow her to infiltrate homes, disarm suspicion, and strike with deadly precision. As an adult, Juana presented multiple faces to the world. She married, had children, and pursued a career in professional wrestling, performing as La Dama del Silencio, the Lady of Silence. To spectators, she was charming, strong, and entertaining. To those around her, she appeared ordinary, approachable, and even funny. But beneath this public mask, a predator had formed, one who fixated on a single type of victim: elderly women who were alone, trusting, and perceived as defenseless. Don't forget to subscribe. Her early criminal act near constant lockdown. Her crimes escalated. She entered homes during daylight, striking in moments where vigilance was lower. One woman was found dead while preparing breakfast. Another, in a second-floor apartment, suffocated as she answered what seemed a routine knock. Each act was calculated, deliberate, and terrifyingly personal. The city's anxiety intensified. Fear was no longer abstract. It was an intimate, persistent presence. Juana's methods demonstrated mastery of criminal psychology. She struck where least expected, left minimal forensic evidence, and exploited assumptions about gender, age, and harmlessness. She sometimes entered homes without killing, testing the police, increasing tension, and instilling a sense of unpredictability. Other times, she committed multiple murders in a single week, creating waves of terror across entire neighborhoods. Her adaptability frustrated authorities. Every lead ended in disappointment. By 2005, the situation had reached a fever pitch. Police forces dedicated entire units to the investigation, monitoring streets, interviewing witnesses, and analyzing patterns. Experts profiled the killer as highly intelligent, patient, and skilled at deception. Forensic evidence was scarce. DNA testing had limited utility at the time. Public warnings intensified. Elderly citizens refused to be alone. Communities held meetings, organized patrols, and encouraged vigilance. Fear was omnipresent, yet Juana remained invisible. The city was gripped by rumors. Neighbors whispered about suspicious women who knocked politely but never stayed long. People began sharing tips, photos, and descriptions with the authorities, but the killer's pattern was elusive. Each time police believed they were closing in, Juana adapted, striking elsewhere, leaving investigators scrambling. She had learned to read the city like a chessboard, predicting fear, anticipation, and even the mistakes of law enforcement. Finally, in 2006, law enforcement got a breakthrough. Surveillance, careful analysis of neighborhood patterns, and witness interviews narrowed the field of potential suspects. Officers tracked Juana attempting entry into a residence. She did not resist arrest, her calm demeanor unnerving investigators. For the first time, the city dared to hope the nightmare might end. During interrogation, Juana confessed to dozens of murders. She recounted the selection of victims, the methods, and the control she derived from her crimes. Her admissions were chillingly matter-of-fact, revealing a mind simultaneously methodical, calculating, and disturbed. Experts later noted that her combination of childhood trauma, social neglect, and meticulous planning created a killer capable of extreme violence. Her trial shocked the nation. Media coverage detailed every aspect of her crimes, upbringing, and the terror she caused. Psychologists analyzed her motives, obsession with elderly women, and the pathological combination of rage, control, and opportunity. She was sentenced to decades in prison, and Mexico City slowly began to heal. But the fear, the trauma, and the memories lingered for families and communities forever. Juana Barraza's story is a warning. Evil is not always loud or obvious. It can be patient, hidden, and calculated. It can strike where society least expects it. Female predators, though rare, can be as methodical and lethal as any male serial killer, leaving a trail of horror and a city forever changed. This is Dark Case Files. We post real crime every day. Subscribe so you don't miss the next case.